this imposing structure, the Ram temple, is in the traditional Nagar style. It is 3-storied and each floor is 20 feet tall. The temple has 392 pillars and 44 doors. There are 4 temples at its 4 corners, dedicated to the sun god, goddess Bhagavati, Lord Ganesha and Lord Shiva. The temple has been constructed entirely using indigenous technology with emphasis on water conservation. India's rich literary heritage is globally recognized in the form of the great epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The story of Ram, originally written by Valmiki, consists of 24,000 shlokas. The Ramayana is about 480,000 words and is much smaller in length than the Mahabharata. UNESCO acknowledges Ram Leela as a performance of the Ramayana epic in a series of scenes that include song, narration, recital and dialogue. The most representative Ram Leelas are those of Ayodhya, Ramnagar, Banaras, Vrindavan, Almora, Satna and Madhubani. The performances last 10 to 12 days, but some, such as Ramnagar, may last an entire month. The story of the Ramayana binds the cultures of India and Thailand. Lord Ram is central to the people of both the countries. Ayodhya, around 70 kilometers north of Bangkok, has its roots in Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. Rama King is the Thai version of the Ramayana. The Ramayana is said to be brought to Southeast Asia by Buddhist monks. Lord Ram is so entrenched in Thai culture that the Thai soil from Ayodhya has been sent to Ayodhya for the temple. Angkor Wat in central Cambodia has 2 brilliant temple complexes that display Ramayana and Mahabharata on their walls. Rama's Bridge, also known as Adam's Bridge, is a chain of limestone shoals between Pamban or Rameshwaram Island off the coast of Tamil Nadu and Mannar Island on the northern coast of Sri Lanka. The 50-kilometer stretch was first mentioned in the ancient Indian epic Ramayana. Valmiki speaks of a bridge, Setubandhanam, a bridge over the ocean linking India with Sri Lanka. The Indonesian version of Ramayana is the Balinese Ramaka Waka, which is a developed version of the Kakawin Ramayana. Here Sita, Rama's wife, is depicted as a bold and strong and is seen fighting with Asuras in Ravan's Lanka instead of waiting for Ram to rescue her. The Ramayana circuit includes major pilgrim sites in India and Nepal related to Ramayana, such as Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh and Janakpur in Nepal, believed to be the birthplace of Sita. The Ayodhya Ram temple will no doubt become an important pilgrimage center for Hindus. It is revered as the birthplace of Lord Ram. Also, as per Hindu cosmology, Ayodhya is believed to have existed since the Treta Yuga, the second age in the cycle of 4 yugas. Bureau Report, DD India.
And let's now go live to Sri Lanka, where prayers are being offered at the temple in Sita Elea. The place is considered as the land which is blessed by Sita's divinity in Sri Lanka. These are visuals that are coming in from there. Sri Lanka, remember, has core relevance in Ramayana. Sita Elea is believed to be the last location where goddess Sita was believed to be held captive by Ravan. And you can see prayers being offered at the Sita Elea temple. In fact, in 2021, a stone was sent to Ayodhya temple for the construction exercise from the Ram temple here. Yes. Sri Lanka has a lot of significance in Ramayana, from Ram Setu to establishment of 3 Jyotirlings of Shivlings in Sri Lanka by Lord Ram after he killed Ravan.
Sri Lanka has its own version of the Ramayana as well.
And let's get perspective now on what this day means for devotees, for India, for the world, for historians, and more. To talk about that, we are being joined by Professor Makhanlal, writer and historian. Such a pleasure to have you, Professor. You know, your association with this really goes back a long, long time. We understand in 1976-77 you were there at the site when the excavations were happening under B.B. Lal. You were an independent researcher then. So tell us about what did the team find and what were those times like?
You see, in 1976-77, excavations were going on at several places, including the backside of the then standing mosque. I reached there a little late than the earlier team went, so I was allotted the place to excavate at, there is a place from where Bharat ruled the Ayodhya. In absence of Ram, he never sat on that. Nandigram was the place, almost about 17-18 kilometers from Ayodhya.
And yes, it said that he kept his shoes, his khadaun there and then ruled in his name.
He promised that this is the capital of Lord Ram, not mine. So I will not rule Ayodhya. So I excavated there. But in the evening, normally we sat every day. Who has found what? And slowly, some of the students were excavating from Archaeological Survey of India, School of Archaeology. So from the side of the back side of the mosque, these structures started appearing, which were definitely the pillar bases. Because whenever you do a pillar, you always make a base, otherwise it will sink. So pillar bases started appearing. So it was all very, at that time it was not so much halla-gulla, not so much, talk in public. 1977, I mean, both of you were too small or maybe not even born. So I will say that it was all very quiet affair. But in diaries, I remember later on when I talked to Professor B.B. Lal in Purana Killa we were working on, and I was editing the book on Ayodhya. So we talked about, and I said that where can we get the original drawing? So he pulled out his personal note diary, red color, I still remember. He said, here it is, Makhan. So you can take it all. So, but that time it was all very quiet affair, but it was accepted fact that this whole line, in one line, 2 line, 3 line, in straight pillar bases were there. And besides that, a lot of other structures were found which proved that Ayodhya goes almost about 7th, 8th century BC, but later on excavation proved that it goes further down. So it was all my association goes back then. And actually, if I remember Ayodhya, first time I went in 1973. I was a student of Lucknow University, so went there as a student to see the place, 76, 77. Since then, I have been going often and being fortunate to see the change from 1977 to 1921. Yes. I mean, I was there in 21 and then 22 for 3-4 days for some plan. So I can see that.